Right. So I did go to Greg's this morning for breakfast, and I caught my train to Liverpool at I think it was 10:15. In fact, yes, I think it was 10:15, and I went from Harrogate to Leeds, changed at Leeds to do the usual Transpennine Express to Liverpool line. When I got to Liverpool line, I had lunch, and then I travelled on the Wirral line to Birkenhead Central, and I checked in at about 2:30 into here, where I'm sort of recording from. I think it's the Central Hotel, in fact. I am no longer staying with the Shrewsbury Lodge Hotel. We've had a little bit of a dispute over my last stay. I was accused of vandalising the room, which I didn't. I was asked to get in contact so that I could pay damages, which I tried to do, and they never got back in touch with me, and eventually I think the whole thing was dropped. I had no apology, so I refused to go back there. Although I will usually be staying in a bed and breakfast, it is in fact my birthday week. I'm off work this whole week, so I decided to splash out a bit, and I have come to this hotel, which is rather large, rather nice. Bit extra on the old wallet, but there we are. It is my birthday treat to myself, I put it down to that. Got here. I left to go back across to Liverpool. Must have been about an hour or two after that, in fact, because I sort of got sidetracked reading A Fighter's Heart, which I've just bought. So anyway, then I had my dinner, because obviously I knew that I was not going to be able to eat whilst I was there. Although you can eat, I knew I wouldn't want to eat, so I ate before in St John's, and then I headed up, and I was a little bit later than I wanted to be. I wanted to be there just before 4:30, and I wasn't there until 5. But it doesn't matter. Had a fantastic time. It was nice also to be recognised by some of the people that have been there before, because I now go sort of regularly. A lot of the backhand people who work behind the scenes, like Josh, for example, he recognised me. There were several of them. I met Warren. In fact, this card comes courtesy of Warren. My one bone pick with Gladiators is that they don't release their card at the event. Warren had an extra copy which he gave to me, which was very kind, because they're a bit like gold dust. It just makes things easier for me taking sort of notes as I go along. Although he did say, well, you know, you can print out a copy and bring it with you. Very sensible, but I'm always wary that cards change quite late in the day. In fact, I think that's possibly why they don't release cards to the general public at the event. But anyway, so I met people like Mark Goddard again, who was a fighter who's just retired, and he is a referee. I met Leon Roberts, who is a referee as well, and Paul Sass, in fact, remembered me. Paul Sass, this time, in fact, was taking part in the main event, which was for the right to contend the British lightweight title. So that was nice. He was one of the people that I sort of tried to follow last time from the Next Generation gym. Didn't go quite as successfully as I wanted it to, but anyway, we met last time, and he sort of recognised me, which was nice. So a couple of people sort of remembered me, so I sort of felt a little bit like I had sort of confirmation that it was my sort of home, my base in English MMA, certainly. Cards started, and they had two people both making their debut, Kane Musa and Andy McGurgan. It went all the way to decision, and it was a unanimous decision in favour of Moser. It has to be said that Andy McGurgan looked, I've never seen somebody look like they'd been in a fight quite so much. He showed extreme heart, in fact, to be able to go all the way to decision. I mean, it was a sort of domination, but he did extremely well to just survive, and his face was really the worse for wear afterwards. Poor kid, but there we are. The next fight was Russell Burns and Cam Atakura. Now, this I wasn't paying attention too much, and it ended very, very quickly in the first. I think it was an armbar, but I'm not sure. People in the crowd were not sure why or how it ended. But it ended in favour of Russell Burns, and so Cam Atakura, who has a record of 1-3-0, he lost again. I couldn't tell you who won out of Mick Bowman and Colm Gillane. I think Mick Bowman won, but I wouldn't be able to tell you how. Daniel Howard and James McGuinness, again, I didn't take much notice of those. For those two, whilst those two fights were going on, I was sort of backstage quite a lot, talking to the people like the doctors, stuff like that, that were in the back there. That took us up to our interval, and the interval was extended because of Cam Atakura, in fact. Now, much like I reported maybe 1 or 2 events ago, when Carl New made his debut and he lost, and he crashed on the upstairs landing that I happened to be on at the time. Poor Cam didn't take losing very well. I don't mean that in the sort of violent sense. I mean that he sort of sank down the wall in the backstage area, and I think he was sobbing. It was quite an interesting, quite a difficult thing to watch, in fact. And I think I'll say more about that on the next video, because I'm aware that we're running out of time.